Eloise is our special needs orangutan. She has very recognizable physical and developmental challenges that were present at birth, most likely due to oxygen deprivation, which caused her to have symptoms very consistent with patients that have cerebral palsy. So Eloise doesn't maneuver as well as the other orangutans. At a glance, it's very apparent she has a handicap. She has a droopy eye. She has her jaw kind of hangs down. Her toes she holds clenched.
She's different, so she thinks a little bit differently and she responds a little bit more slowly, but she is just as smart as any of the other orangutans. Eloise likes to ham it up at the window, so we say. Anytime she's out there, she spends, I would say, 95% of her time right at those windows, face to face with people. And she just really loves that human connection, and she just really likes engaging with people and with kids in particular. So it's always lovely to watch.
Eloise, through the years, adapted quite well to her handicap. She came up with her own mode of locomotion throughout the exhibit, but in her 30s, we started to notice very subtle changes in her movement, and we knew that we were going to have to start doing a really more hands-on approach with her care. We consulted with vets and with a physical therapist and decided the best plan was to incorporate massage work, exercise, and stretching. Step one was to draw up a plan of what behaviors do we need to train in order to accomplish this. It was very detailed, and it was actually quite a long process. We had grabbits that she would hang on to, and we're always on the outside of the enclosure with her. It's always protected contact, because orangutans can be pretty strong. She didn't, in the beginning, really like her feet being touched at all. For years, she'd been protecting her feet, holding her toes really tight, and she didn't want to open her toes. And with Eloise, we really focus on positive reinforcement. And by that I mean, she learned that if she did a behavior that we wanted her to do, we rewarded her with something very motivating to her. It could be a treat, it could be a toy. Eventually it got to the point where Eloise just wanted attention from her keepers, and actually manipulating her feet and massaging her feet became what she really wanted. Before we actually do the massage work, I should point out that we always put warm cloths on her feet to just sort of make it nice and supple and warm before we actually start manipulating her feet. We go through a whole series of exercises, getting her to open her toes as far as she can. Slowly, and I mean slowly, she learned to open her, like maybe one toe, then another toe, and then to the point where she was opening them as much as she can. We'll also get her to stretch her feet out a little bit. We also wanted to incorporate nail management because she had a tendency to clutch her toes in and actually dig into the middle of her foot with her toenails. So we wanted to also be able to trim her toenails. It sort of depends upon Eloise. If she only wants a 5-minute session or if she wants a 15-minute session, we leave it up to her. And at the end of the session, we take the little grabbits away, and that is kind of a signal that it's over, Eloise. Session's done, but generally she just sits there. She wants more. For a long time I did notice a change in her mobility. She was able to move around her habitat with more ease. As she's gotten older, that has played into a factor too, but for quite a few years, because we started this in her 30s, you know, it appeared to me that she was opening her feet more. So it's very gratifying, really rewarding to see all this hard work, all this teamwork amongst a whole bunch of people come to pass and such great results, because it did make a difference in the tightness in her leg muscles. And for quite a long time, we could see her moving better. That's why we're here. We're here to really make their lives as best as possible. And it is just so remarkable to see this older animal get such incredible care. And we're so devoted to her.